Hey, Nowhere Fast Garage here. Just wanted to give you guys an update on the Cutlass 442 Rescue Revival, whatever you want to call it. Got the car back in February. It's just the beginning of May now. So I've been doing a little bit on it here and there. The main issue I had was really the water leaks. I knew there was water leaks. The interior smelled really bad. I pulled up the carpet and found it totally wet underneath. Also, that was probably going on for years. The floorboards starting to rot out. There was some holes. So I've been cutting out the rust, patching the holes, and then I also found that there was major water leaking from the windshield. So I took the trim off around the windshield, and the windshield basically just popped right out. However, it must have been replaced at some point, and I don't know if it wasn't prepped right or the wrong adhesive was used or what failed, but the windshield was loose, and so I had to take it out, and I'm going to show you what I found. Anyway, I think my earlier videos showed when I first took it out, but what I did was I had a little hole down here, and this metal is a little thin, and my welder and my welding skills are really quite awful, so I JB welded in some thin gauge sheet metal here to patch it. The rest of the frame all around the top was good. The whole bottom was pretty good. I did have one other hole on this side, which was actually two holes. One was under here and one was here. So same thing, JB weld, some very thin sheet metal. I think it was 24 gauge maybe, but it fit right in there. And then I primed this and just painted it with some gloss black enamel. Hopefully today is the day I get the windshield back in, because we've been having some major rainstorms around here with high winds, and the cover blows off and it gets all wet inside. It's been like a disaster, so I need to get this sealed up. And then onto the floor. On the driver's side, I was welding. It was going really slow and tedious, but I did weld in. I had to pull up this cross member, welded in this patch. I had to get a new seat bracket because it was totally rotted out. This side too, this was all rusty under here, to the point where it was holes. Same thing here, holes right through to the ground and up by the toe board. So anyway, I just got burnt out on the welding, and it was just going so badly that I just decided to switch over to tech screws. This was never intended to be a show car, so it'll just have to be. I screw these things in. I use the good urethane body sealer, the 3M. It's very expensive. And then I'm just grinding off the screws underneath the car, and I'll undercoat it or paint it or whatever, just so it doesn't look weird. So I still have to finish sealing up. I ran out of urethane. I had to go get another tube. Also, these seams down here where the floorboard meets the firewall, the original sealer had dried and cracked, and it was, when it was raining, it was leaking through the seam too, which I don't really even understand how, but I guess the water drips down into the engine compartment and was somehow coming through that pinch weld seam. So hopefully after that's sealed up and the windows in with some new sealant, it won't leak anymore. And if that's the case, then I can start getting the interior back in. Other updates on the car. I've been trying to get the rust off the wheels. Still some pitting, but it's a lot better. For example, here's one I haven't done yet. And this one I just cleaned up the other day. Still got to get tires. Car runs pretty good. Some of the lights are out. The grills were all cracked up. I think somebody was like kicking the grills or something. The little studs, the plastic studs where they screw in, were cracked. So I'm going to JB weld that. I fixed the rotted brake line, so the rear brakes are working now. The only other main issue, I guess, to get inspected is the windshield wipers are not working. So I have to diagnose that. And hopefully in a few weeks this car will be on the road. So we will see. Check back to Nowhere Fast Garage for updates. Like and subscribe. Thanks.